Hi, you have found Better with Bonsai, the Midwest Edition. I just got back from Hidden Gardens where Jeff, after repotting a tree there, gave me an extensive tour of Hidden Gardens, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
This is the best time to work on tropicals as far as repotting and major trimming, but this one we're just going to wait. Take it in the greenhouse and water it. I normally don't water heavily, but after the repotting I want to flush out all the dust and stuff from the stone. So here again it's Akadama, which is a Japanese fired clay, and lava rock and pumice. So it drains very quickly. So there's some jades in here, ficus, Virginia or Vietnamese bluebell. These are little bougainvilleas. They all flower, these flower pink, all of them. I've got one in the other house that belongs to a customer that hasn't picked it up. It's in full flower. I can show it to you. Pretty tree though. So we'll just walk through. I'm not going to water because some trees hate water.
We'll get what we get.
Yeah. So these, 1, 2, 3, we collected in Colorado last year. We were up about 9,000 feet. I water them very little. Over the winter, I never watered them once. And then once they came out, I started lightly watering them. Up there, they get the snow melt, and that's about all the water they get the rest of the year. Yeah, these are ponderosas. My guess on that one's probably 200 to 300 years old. So it'll sit in the box for a couple of years, and then we'll go ahead and start styling it.
Now, is this something somebody would buy and put in their, side yard?
No. It'll always be a bonsai. There's one over there that, you can go look at it, that maybe it would be like an entrance to their bonsai garden. Yeah, this is another one we collected. This one is one we collected. It's got a lot of character to it. This is all dead in here. And then where the bark is the live vein. So up there, they might see 200 mile an hour winds and 10 feet of snow. So it really beats these trees up. And that's what makes them valuable for bonsai. But yeah, you get all this twisting in here. It makes them a great tree.
After living a rough life like that, is it going to have trouble living the easy
That's
life?
why I don't water it.
Oh, okay.
And when I do water, it's very quickly. It'll adapt. Ponderosas are pretty good. These are just needles from 3 years ago that are falling off. But this one, more than likely, will be just in a pot at the entranceway to somebody's garden. This is a massive tree. Massive tree. I don't know, we might graft black pine onto it. We'll see. But we won't know for a couple years.
How long have you had this here?
We collected it last September. So it'll be a while to recover. Up in the mountains, you get on the very top of the rocks. There's just like little pockets, like in the rock, and all the old needles fall in there, and then a seed falls in there. So when you take them out, all the roots are contained. but they're really coarse roots, so it just takes a little while.
So it's just basically now getting acclimated to
The soil.
Midwest,
Yeah.
the transplant.
Most of them do okay. I think I lost 5 or 6 out of 38. That's pretty good odds. This is another ponderosa friend of mine collected that I bought from him. It'll be a good tree. This one should be ready to start styling this fall. It's been collected. This will be its 3rd year. And this one here is a white cedar. It came out of a bog up in Michigan, but right at the Michigan-Canadian border. So it was grown in a swamp. So this one I water a lot. All the white cedars I water a lot. It's just what they're used to. But after a couple of years, we'll get in a bonsai pot and you can cut way back on the watering. But if you can see, it's all wired out. Every little branch is wired.
Can you tell how old this tree is?
I would say 40 years, 35 years. And this is a black pine, Japanese black pine. It was grown from a seed, so it's probably 50, 60 years old. If you don't prune Japanese black pines, the needles are like this long.
Ooh.
So what we do is, it's a 2-flush pine. So in other words, it grows twice a year. So this weekend we'll go in, they're ready, and we'll completely remove this whole growth here. And once we do that, maybe 3 weeks to a month later, it'll put out maybe 4 little buds right in that same spot, and those needles will be shorter and shorter. So over the years, we've already candle pruned it once, you know, where the needles or the candles are really long right here, and you can see there's 1 and 2 buds coming out now. So it gets the tree a lot bushier, a lot denser, quicker. They're just a little different to manage than other trees, because most pines are just, they grow one time, that's it.
I have to ask what
Oh, this is just fertilizer.
Pardon?
It's just fertilizer in these bags.
Oh, okay.
So it's an organic fertilizer, and we put it in the bags because as it breaks down, it'll clog the soil, and then it makes it harder to water. So we just put it in there, and then every month to 6 weeks we take it off and put new in.
It would be a bonsai hack.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a customer of mine owns this tree. He put the fertilizer on. I usually don't water or fertilize black pines at all during the year, not till fall. Because by fertilizing it, it's going to make these needles want to get bigger and bigger. But it's his tree. And this is a limber pine. So limber pines are a really high altitude tree, and they hate water. If you overwater them, they're going to die for sure. I never water this tree. I mean, yesterday we got, the rain, but when I do water it, I just water the foliage. I don't even water the trunk or the soil. I've had a lot of problems with them from overwatering.
So if we called for like 3 or 4 days of rain, you might put this inside?
I might put it inside.
Okay. Takes a lot of experience and know-how to keep these
Yeah, I've
things
killed a
alive.
lot of trees. That's a bald cypress over there, collected out of the Everglades down in Florida. That's only been collected 2 years, so don't do anything to that except for water, 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 water. So basically, when I walk around with water, I got to know what each tree needs. It's not like I just come in and water everything.
Yeah.
Because it just takes time to learn and how to do it.
Have a backup plan if sunstroke should get you? Or...
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I got another guy, Mark and Ron, that'll come in and help me. It was like 2 years ago, I fell and fractured my hip. So they came in and they helped me out. Never enough. What's new? That's all I hear. And this tree was grown in the ground out in Oregon. It's a trident maple. It has a lot of problems, so this early spring I took all the branches off. There was no branch, it was just the trunk. So it's put out new branches, and then this fall we'll start selecting branches and starting over. Yeah.
So that's because the roots were healthy and the tree itself was healthy?
Yeah, the problem was like up here, it had really big branches, and your lower branches should always be your bigger ones. I mean, if you look at trees in nature, the bottom branch is always the biggest. But I just cut it all off and we're starting over. It'll probably be 3-4 years before it's starting to look like a bonsai. And then that maple that was in the greenhouse I showed you that we did an air layer off of, this is the original tree. You can see where we cut that other part off. So it had roots up in here, and we cut below the roots.
And then that got planted?
Yeah. It's actually, the little one is a better tree than this one, but it's a cork bark maple, which are a little on the rare side. So when they have smooth bark, it's got this real rough bark.
So eventually a lot of those branches will probably be cut off and
yeah, you know,
redirected.
like where it's budding down here, maybe I'll cut it off above it, especially because these little marks here are from being wired. You can see here too. The guy I got it from left the wire on way too long. So these are some Chinese quince. I like this plant a lot. They were field grown. They were just dug up this spring. So we'll just let them sit for a while. Maybe in a year or so we'll start wiring them and selecting branches. You know, down here, this is no good. There's not much you can do with that. But for the health of the tree, we just let it grow now.
And when it feels better and it's healthy,
Yeah. And field grown trees,
like
they get it.
You got to be healthy to go in for surgery.
That's the whole thing. The healthier it is going in, the better it's going to do.
Just like people.
Yep. Here's some more white cedars that were collected up in Michigan. They haven't been styled yet. And these are just some little starter things I've got for beginners. You know,
This is what people like me.
well, you know, there was a guy I know, he graduated 8th grade and he bought a little tree like this. Now he's, I don't know, 35, and he's buying nothing but $5,000 trees. So you never know. You know?
No,
Some people love it, other people don't. Oh yeah, yeah. I am too. That's why I carry all different levels.
Yeah, this is the important stuff, really.
To learn on, it's great. It's great material. How many live after I sell them, I don't know, but
Well, that's kind of what I've been trying to help. For trees, they belong outside.
these do.
So when you look in the
These do. There's a Japanese maple. Um, Very good tree. Yeah, it's an older tree. I don't know how old it is, but Japanese maples always they do better in a shallow pot like this when they're more refined. So there again, this one requires a lot of water. You can never let it dry out in a little pot like that. And these are dwarf Japanese maples called Sharp's Pygmy. All the ones that I had from last year we repotted, and they've all been sold. So
when you say Japanese maple, does that mean it's from Japan? Or it's just calling it Japanese?
Originally the plant did come from Japan, but right now there's, I don't know, 300 different varieties. They all didn't come from Japan.
This would be, when winter comes, what do you do with it?
It goes out in those houses. I don't protect them. There's no heat in the house. It just keeps them out of the wind.
Okay.
Or people put them in their garage.
I put my little maple in the garage.
Yeah,
the garage.
And it's alive.
Just by a hair, man. Just by a hair.
Here's another Japanese maple. It's just really, really hard to find. This is one that's called Shindi Shoho. When in the spring, when they come out, I mean, they are fire engine red. And then as the summer goes along, they get green, and then in the fall they go back to that red color. You can see.
Now this looks completely different from.
Yeah, there's hundreds of Japanese maple varieties. But this one's really sought after. I wish I could have found some bigger ones, but I'll settle for what I can get. These were grafted. Right there's the graft, which is not very desirable. So when this plant gets older, we'll go ahead and air layer like that other one. And then it's on its own root, and it'll be a lot better. And over there, some of the failures out of Colorado. Yeah, I put them in shade, just hoping.
So actually, they're not 100%.
No.
Yeah.
A couple of them are, but the rest of them are just hanging in there. So, bonsai, you got to be patient. And these are more of those Chinese quince like I showed you over there, or in the ground. These I grew from seed, so I think these are 4 years old. But I like this tree a lot. Well, these fell off earlier, but this is the fall color of the tree. It's got really nice fall color. Once they get older, they get a yellow fruit on them, yellow flowers. But, we did wire them to get some movement into the trunk, so they're not just straight up sticks. But the wire's off because it was starting to cut in, so we'll do some more wiring this fall or spring on them.
So like this was wired to give it the bend?
Yeah, otherwise they'd be just straight up. No bends at all. And these, if you don't look at the weeds, these are black pines that I started from seed. Well, actually, there's two kinds in here. This is Japanese red pine, and that's black pine. There again, they've been wired. They're still wired to get movement in the trunk.
Over here, though, I see on the internet a lot of.
Yeah, it's not really forest. It's more of a clump. I don't know.
But
It's different.
it's unique. It doesn't look bad.
Yeah. I mean, actually, it's worth more money if I pull them all out and sell them individually, but. But I can't do that till next year if I decide to do it. No, that's not. This is a weed.
Oh, okay, well.
Cut that part out. This is a little Shimpaku juniper. It's been wired heavily to get some movement in it. So when you show trees, there's different classifications. This is what they call shohin. So from the soil level to the top of the tree is under 8 inches. Once they get over that, they go into a different classification. And this one is another Shimpaku on a rock. So this spring, I'll take the roots out of this pot and work them down and through the rock and get them into the soil.
It's like a heart transplanter.
Yeah. I mean, you got to build a soil, moss soil, like channel for it to go down. But it's a fun project. There's another Shimpaku that's just been twisted ever since it was really little. These, once they get wired out, these will be more shohin also. Yeah, the Shimpakus, it's more of a traditional Japanese juniper, whereas these, it's procumbens. They're not as widely desirable, but and this is one of my trees. This is a Japanese white pine. So it's probably 50 years old, but it's just trying to keep it small.
How do you keep it small?
By pruning. So when the new candles come out, we'll remove, on this tree, because it's a single flush, we'll remove half the needles, half the candle. Yeah, but I've had the tree quite a few years. I like it a lot.
Does it have a name?
No, I don't name any trees. And these are Hinoki cypress. They make really good bonsais. I just got them in. So this fall, we're going to go ahead and open them up and build some pads in them. But you have to open them up because they don't bud back very well. So,
What do you mean open them up?
kind of like this. These we just did a little bit of work on. This is a more dwarf variety, but you can see the trunk. And so if you don't open them up, this is the same plant. See all the dead in there?
Oh, okay.
So you have to go in and open them all up. That's just the way Hinokis grow. And these are some olives collected out of California. So they went into an orchard and just cut part of the stump out, and they grow new roots. And not the hardiest here, so I keep them in the greenhouse in the winter. And this is a ficus, narrow leaf ficus. This plant is old.
Pretty spectacular.
It's a good tree. It's a good tree. The pot came from Japan. The pot's worth about as much as the tree.
Really? That's ceramic or metal?
Oh yeah, ceramic. The tree's heavier than can be. I think the pot weighs about 60 pounds. And you add the tree, it's heavy. There's another ponderosa. I got wired out last fall. I just sold it the other day, so you're supposed to pick it up this weekend. But this, this great deadwood. Old bark. And then these are some Rocky Mountain junipers. They have really floppy foliage. It's just kind of the way they are, some.
I would be tempted to water it a lot.
No, you don't water hardly at all. So what we did is we took this juniper here, it's Kishu, and now we're grafted it onto this trunk. So after about a year or two, we'll remove all the Rocky Mountain foliage and only keep this foliage, which is the Kishu. You can see how much nicer that foliage is. And
yeah, if I ever had something like this, I'd be tempted to really water it.
No. It's just something you got to learn. But I have a lot of ponderosas right now. That's why this year we're going to see if we can't find some more Colorado spruce. So we'll go to a different area in Colorado. This is another good ponderosa. Yeah, you can see the deadwood again. That's what really makes the trees worthwhile. And this is a Colorado spruce. It was collected 4 years ago. Actually, we uncovered it this spring. The trunk is really right here. I get a big slab we're going to put it on so you can see the trunk. It's going to be a good tree. But yeah, here's the root base right here. So probably what happened, there was a big boulder sitting right here, and the trunk grew underneath the boulder and came back up on the other side. And this is a customer's tree. This is a yew. It's doing okay. He brought it from Iowa for a workshop. And he had it tarped, and the tarp blew off and blew almost all the needles off. So it's just going to sit here and recover till it's ready.
When did this arrive here?
May. 1st of May.
So it's in the recovery.
Yeah, I mean, this whole box was filled this deep with needles that blew off. So, but it'll be fine. Use back bud really, really well. Actually, if you look here, you can see new buds coming out, new branches. It'll be fine, but it's going to take a while. That's bonsai.
Well, I think I have a lot of stuff.
All right. You let me get back to potting?
No, it's really great.
All right, Chuck, I appreciate it.
And I hope to come out again someday.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime.
Have fun. Have fun.
We have to get you going on some of the Yamadoris.
Pardon?
Well, this is Yamadori stuff collected out of the mountains. That's what they call it. So it's, not grown by nurseries or anything. It's just wild. And it's a little harder to figure out how to style, but they're great trees.